for the last few days, I have been struggling with bronchitis, which is incredibly frustrating, particularly frustrating during what is my favorite time of the year. But during the few moments when I have just enough Dayquil going in me, you know, when it's fresh and it gives you that surge of life, between that and the caffeine and coffee, etc., I find these few moments, and in those moments, I have seized the opportunity and gotten a couple of Halloween things done. Recognize that frame? It's one of the ones that I found in that load of frames, and I repaired it. I just added some cheesecloth to it after pounding it back into shape and adding a little hot glue to keep it that way. The frame is just empty. The only thing I need to add to this vignette are some little tea lights to that dumpster salvaged candle holder. I also got the empty, huge frame hung up over here, and this will stay up permanently, but what's inside it will change throughout the year. The burlap will stay up, and you might recognize that metal grate. I did just a thin coat of white spray paint on one side and hung that on there. I am not done with this one yet for Halloween. I am hoping to add something right here, and then something on here, and something up here. We'll see if I have enough time today where I don't feel dizzy and can get in the attic and look for some frames or things to repurpose and add in there. This was an especially fun project. Another of those frames that I salvaged, they were in pieces and I put them back together. Most of them, the glass was broken, but that was not a problem. That frame also is one of them, and you will recognize some of the treasures that I used in creating it. All of the burlap, that jewelry, the skeleton pieces, all of it is from the bins. Literally the only things that I bought were the glue, like the glue sticks. Like I seriously, I did not buy any of this other stuff. The burlap in the background, like this that's on the wall, that I did buy. I got a really good deal on a roll of burlap, but I already had all this other colored burlap and even some plain burlap, but I've used that up on other projects. It has been, well, it was before I got sick. It was so fun putting these different framed creations together, and I think it'll be nice throughout the year having this empty frame display area where I can change out for the holidays. And this is another one that I made with some of the dumpster supplies. It's just some of that burlap glued onto one of the canvases that we found at a public school bin that someone had painted on. And we just, yeah, there you go. Here are the dinosaurs that one of our frugal friends sent to us. I am so sorry, I do not remember who it was that sent us the fabulous box of toys. Please remind me in the comments below if you were the one that sent us all of this goodness. My brain is not up to par at the moment, otherwise I'm sure I would remember. But we've put them here in these plants. In the almost done front room, I've gotten that wall painted, and I've gotten the baseboards painted, and we're going to tear up this floor next week and get the new floor put in. So super excited to get that done. And then I will be making curtains with some of the fabric that we found in the bins recently. This is another frame, and these ones weren't broken and had the glass. You might remember at the Family Dollar, we found a tote full of frames that for some reason they were getting rid of. And then also around the same time, we found an envelope from, like, I don't remember who it was, but some store's photo department, and someone had spent 20-something bucks getting a whole bunch of these really cute little deals printed out on photo paper for every conceivable holiday or season. And so we grabbed that, and all I had to do was trim off the excess photo paper and pop it into this frame. And I'm going to use the same frame for each holiday. And right now this is out on the front porch with, you know, cheesecloth and these pumpkins that we have decorated. But I'm thinking it will go on the wall inside the big empty frame and be part of that through the seasons, just changing it out. But anyway, that's just a couple of things. Now let's jump into the dumpster salvaged pirate treasure chest. Just kidding. I remembered there were a couple others I wanted to show you. Remember the barn door? It actually went to this frame thing. So I had to find all the pieces in there and put them back together, and I added this burlap, which is some of the burlap that we recovered from the bins, glued that to the board that went with it, and had to nail and glue all these pieces back together of this frame, and then the barn door goes on there. I'm just knocking down thank you cards. The way that I have it hung up is not ideal. I need to put in like hooks or something right here to hang it on. That way we can actually like use it, because if you move the barn door, it just, you know, rocks the whole thing, which is not cool. I'm not sure how we will use it right now. I'm just using it for like thank you notes, but you know, greeting cards. I don't know. What thoughts do you guys have? I'm not going to Halloween it or turn it into any particular holiday. I want it to be like a display type thing here in the hallway where we can put maybe the kids' art projects, or like I said, greeting cards, thank you notes, things like that. I don't know. Thoughts that you have on that, please share. Also, if you did not see, here in the bathroom above the fish tank is this other frame project. One of the frames that I found and repaired, and you may remember the mermaid skeletons that Olivia found in the bins, and then all these odds and ends and bits that are from the bins, except for this, which one of you darlings sent to us. P.S. Our P.O. Box address is in the video description. We collect spoons, postcards, magnets, and keychains, and anything else that you want to share with the Frugal Family of Friends. You might recognize this that we found just the other week in the bins. So I just threw all that together with lots and lots of glue. There was that headband that was all messed up. It fit perfectly into the frame. And so we just made a fun kind of Halloween bathroom wall art piece that I'm absolutely in love with. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, and I am okay with that. I am loving it here in the bathroom. Trying to think if there's any others that we've gotten done before I really do take you to the treasure chest project. Okay, one last thing. This is the fabric that I have chosen to use as curtains here in the front room. I was down to a couple of different fabrics. You'll recognize these from the Joann's bin. We found those huge big pieces and bolts, whole entire bolts of fabric in the bin that we were able to recover and then wash and dry. And I was down to this and one other. And my awesome sister-in-law, Josie, convinced me to go with the one that was a little more daring, but that I was in love with, rather than go with the simple one that would have matched more things and was a little more neutral. But instead, you know, to go with what I really was passionate about, which is this one. It speaks to my personality and is a much better representation of me. And so this is what I'm going to go with. So I will be making curtains. It is a good size piece, but it's not big enough to make like full size panels. So I will be looking at different curtain styles. And we'll see. It might end up just being valances. I don't know. I will have to look and see what there is, but stay tuned for that when I am feeling up to it. Probably after Halloween, I will get that done. Frugal friends, we are just wrapping it up, you guys. We are only a week away from Halloween, and it is time to finish up the Dumpster Divers Halloween yard display. 95% of the stuff that we have out in the yard for Halloween is from the bins. So today we are working on the pirate's treasure chest, and I have this broken old wooden chest, and it wasn't in quite this bad of condition when I found it, but it has been out in the yard for probably 2 years, and so it has definitely gotten banged up quite a bit more and warped. I'm gonna have to get out the tools and try to bang this thing back together and see what all we can do to reattach it, and then we'll go from there. Okay, took a few nails out of our little tool drawer, random tool drawer here, and it's looking pretty good. Well, I mean, it's an ugly old thing, but it is sturdy now. It's gonna hold together for a while longer. What are we gonna do next? Well, I think
Next, we need to fill this space, but I'm not going to waste lots of the like jewelry and sparkly bits filling this up. I'm going to do the same as I do with a lot of my planters, and I'm going to fill this most of the way with styrofoam that we have recovered from the bins, and then we will go toward, you know, covering over the styrofoam to make it look like a full treasure chest. So I have filled it with odds and ends pieces of styrofoam, just kind of broken up. And I'm not going to worry about gluing it in or anything like that because I am going to be covering it in like puffy paints and all of the like treasures and things that are going to go in here. And with all the hot glue that's going to be involved in that, I think it should all kind of stay in place. And then when I'm storing it, I can cover it in maybe like saran wrap or something to, you know, keep it all in place. I used this. I've bought a couple of cans of this and used it for assorted projects, including the dumpster frames that I did several months ago with the doilies inside. So I did a coat of that. Then I did a coat of this yellow gloss enamel that was in one of my mother-in-law's donation piles. So that one was free. And of course the box and all the styrofoam was free. That's out of the bins. So I'm going to let all that dry. Let me get out of the way so you can see what it actually looks like. And then when that has dried, remember this, well, you might remember the glitter dust spray that we got out of the Joann's bin. I've actually found several cans of this in the Joann's bin, and we've used it for different projects. But anyway, this one, it's pretty much full. I haven't used this one at all yet. And so once all this dries, I'm going to add the glitter dust spray. And then when that dries, we can start adding all of the treasure. Already, it looks, you know, like quite a bit of treasure, but I want to add the details. You could do just this and you know, maybe the glitter spray and probably call it good, but you know me, that's not enough. Next, I have this little shot glass. We found that package of shot glasses. I think it was at Zurcher's. I'm going to use one of these on my handy dumpster tablecloth here on the porch, and the gold spray paint and the yellow spray paint, and we're going to see if we can make it look like some kind of treasure goblet type thing. Here in the attic, I am going to look through some of our supplies and find some treasure to add to the pirate treasure chest. I grabbed a whole bunch of goodies. You know, I forget how much awesomeness I have. And then I get up in the attic and start looking for stuff, and holy cow, there's just so many fabulous treasures. This one here is one that one of you darlings sent to us. I'm not going to glue this one on because it's one that we like to wear, but I am going to drape it on there because I think it's just, I mean, it's gorgeous. And actually, I don't know, maybe I will wait to drape that on there until I've gotten some of these where I want them, since they're going to be glued down. Anywho, what do you think? Pretty awesome, right? I don't want to toot my own horn, but okay, I'm going to. I'm in love. I'm in love. So, got all that in place. Gonna get some of these draped on there, and then we'll bring you back for the final product. The ones that I am gonna drape over will be this one, and this one, and this one, because these are ones that we actually wear and want to be able to use, and so I don't want them permanently attached here. Plus, I'm also a little nervous about these ones being stolen. We haven't had any problems so far with theft or vandalism in the yard, but you never know. And since they are some of my favorites, I really, yeah, I want to be careful. P.S. These are dumpster finds, these necklaces, absolutely. And then, like I said, that's the one that one of you sent to us.